Okay, Chapter 10, Section 1, Problem 19. G of x equals the square root of x minus 5 as long as x is greater than or equal to 5. We're restricting that domain because we wouldn't be able to take the square root of a negative number, and if x were any smaller than that, it would be a negative number. To figure out if it's 1 to 1, what we need to do is we need to graph it. So I'm going to type this in, second square root x minus 5. And I'm going to graph that. And you can see that it's a curve, but it just kind of rises as it goes to the right. The way you determine if a function is 1 to 1 is you use the horizontal line test. If any horizontal line that you draw will touch it more than once, it is not 1 to 1. Well, any horizontal line you draw will only touch this once, which means that it is 1 to 1. Yes, it is 1 to 1. If it's 1 to 1, then it has an inverse. To find its inverse, I like to write it as y equals the square root of x minus 5, and then to swap x and y. So x equals the square root of y minus 5. Now I need to solve for y. To undo the square root, I'm going to square both sides. So x squared equals y minus 5. Squaring undid the square root. Add 5 to both sides. X squared plus 5 equals y. That's the inverse. Now they probably want you to write it g prime of x equals x squared plus 5. G prime is what they use to indicate an inverse. If you were to graph this, you would find out that it is a function, but it is not 1 to 1. Now they really don't ask you to determine that. That's just a little side note.